Good morning, America. 45 days until the election. Donald Trump taking his message to North Carolina in the midst of a scandal involving the Republican candidate for governor. Could it affect the presidential campaign? As Vice President Kamala Harris focuses on reproductive rights, the look at her message, plus the new rule on ballot counting in Georgia. Could it delay a decision?
Hunting Hezbollah. Israel kills a top commander also wanted by the U.S. for his role in the 1983 bombings in Beirut that killed more than 300 Americans. A new escalation for the region already at heightened tensions.
Sheriff's murder charge, accused of gunning down a judge in his own chambers, said to be good friends. So why did one allegedly turn on the other?
Body camera video just released showing the moments leading up to the police shooting at a New York City subway station. 4 people injured, the shooting sparking outrage and several protests.
Hometown hero. Dodgers fans welcome back Shohei Ohtani overnight after batting himself into the record books. A charter member of the 50-50 club. The walk-off for the fan who caught the ball. Does he have to give it back?
College game day, week 4 matchups, Tennessee at Oklahoma, and a new Manning in town, making his starting debut. ESPN's Desmond Howard live from Oklahoma with all the top storylines.
And big screens, big changes. The new efforts to entice you back into the movie theaters. How about a little pickleball with your popcorn?
Live from ABC News in New York, this is Good Morning America.
Oh, he didn't do like
on the good foot. I wasn't going to sing it. I was going to leave it to you. And you nailed it as usual.
Oh.
Good morning, America. It is the 21st day of September, the last day of summer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, live it up while you can. Went quickly. And overnight, some exciting news in baseball. Shohei Ohtani getting a standing ovation as Dodgers fans welcome him back after he became the charter member of the 50-50 club.
That is an incredible story. We love that song, The 21st Night of September. But we do have a lot of news to get to this morning. We're also getting word Hezbollah confirmed that one of its top commanders was killed after an Israeli airstrike in Beirut. Search and rescue operations at the scene still ongoing.
And as the race for the White House heats up, it all may be decided in the swing states. One of them, Georgia, adopted new rules that could delay its reporting of the election results. That, as Vice President Harris and former President Trump are busy pitching themselves to voters. ABC's Jay O'Brien is following it all this morning. Jay, good morning to you.
Gio, good morning. As Trump travels to North Carolina to campaign today, questions continue to swirl over whether a brewing scandal with that battleground state's Republican candidate for governor could upend the race for the White House, too.
This morning, former President Donald Trump campaigning in the battleground state of North Carolina as a scandal encircles that state's Trump-endorsed Republican candidate for governor, Mark Robinson. Sources confirming to ABC News Robinson won't be in attendance for Trump's long-planned rally today in Wilmington. But as of this morning, the former president has not withdrawn his endorsement of the embattled candidate, who's denied he made a series of racist and inflammatory posts detailed in a recent CNN report, including one where he reportedly called himself a, quote, black Nazi.
The things that you will see in that story, those are not the words of Mark Robinson.
ABC News has not independently confirmed the reporting. CNN says Robinson made the comments between 2008 and 2012 on a pornographic website. The North Carolina Republican Party standing behind the lieutenant governor, but some fellow Republicans concerned.
What is being reported allegedly is very, very damning. If it is true, that's very unfortunate.
After the story broke, the Trump campaign releasing a statement without mentioning Robinson, saying President Trump's campaign is focused on winning the White House and that North Carolina is a vital part of that plan. With polls showing Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris neck and neck in the Tar Heel state, the Harris campaign quickly trying to tie Robinson to Trump in a new ad.
I've been with him a lot. I've gotten to know him, and he's outstanding.
Donald Trump and Mark Robinson. They're both wrong for North Carolina.
Harris, meanwhile, rallying overnight in 2 other critical states, Georgia and Wisconsin, focusing on reproductive rights.
And these hypocrites want to start talking about this is in the best interest of women and children? Well, where you been? Where you been? when it comes to taking care of the women and children of America.
The election is just 44 days away now. 3 states have already started in-person early voting. And as of this weekend, 10 states have already started printing and sending out at least some mail-in ballots. That includes North Carolina. Janae.
All right, Jay, and we'll see you back in our next half hour to talk more political headlines. In the meantime, newly adopted rules in the crucial state of Georgia could have an impact on the speed of counting votes there. ABC's Perry Russum joins us now with the details. Perry, good morning to you. This could also impact how long it takes the state to report those results.
Yeah, this is a major rule change for Georgia with Election Day less than 2 months away, and there are concerns it will delay certifying the results. So when Georgia voters use a touchscreen to vote, a paper ballot prints out. Then the ballot goes into a scanner where the vote is counted and saved on a memory card. With this new rule, when the voting is over, poll workers will take the ballots out of the scanners and count them by hand to make sure the number of ballots printed out is the same as what the scanners have. This will happen at each precinct. Those in favor of the idea say this is about security and transparency. And to be clear, only ballots are being counted, not votes. The rule was passed yesterday by the state election board in Georgia. It's led by Republicans, who Trump has supported, and the vote was 3-2, with all Republicans voting in favor. State officials are raising questions about the legality and whether it's even possible to count all the ballots by hand. The Secretary of State in Georgia says this will increase the chance of error, stolen ballots, and fraud with.
Something to watch leading up to the election. Perry, thank you. Now to the Middle East, with Israel killing a top Hezbollah military commander in Beirut as the White House continues to press the case for diplomacy to avoid more escalation. ABC's Marcus Moore is in Lebanon with the latest. Marcus, good morning.
Wait, good morning. We have just learned from the Lebanese Health Ministry that the death toll has climbed in this airstrike on southern Beirut, and the ministry says that 3 children are among the dead. A search and rescue operation is still underway at the site as we learn new details about the Hezbollah commander Israel targeted. This morning, tension between Israel and Lebanon is mounting after the IDF launched an airstrike in Lebanon's capital of Beirut targeting Hezbollah. This morning, the Lebanese Health Ministry says the strike killed at least 31 people and injured 68. The airstrike killing Ibrahim Akil, one of Hezbollah's top commanders.
This is the worst attack there has ever been against the United States in the Middle East.
Akil was wanted by the U.S. for his role in the 1983 bombing of the American Embassy and Marine Corps barracks in Beirut that killed more than 300 Americans. Friday's airstrike littering the streets with rubble and debris from destroyed buildings. This strike happened just before rush hour here in Beirut, and it marks the 3rd major attack on a civilian part of the city just this week. Earlier this week, the IDF launching attacks across Lebanon, detonating hundreds of handheld pagers and radios of suspected Hezbollah members, striking fear across the country. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu saying in a statement regarding the strike, quote, "Our goals are clear and our actions speak for themselves." Israel and Hezbollah trading strikes across Lebanon's southern border. Air raid sirens sounding in northern Israel with more than 100 rockets fired from Lebanon. President Biden calling for peace.
We're continuing to try to do what we tried from the beginning to make sure that both the people in northern Israel as well as southern Lebanon are able to go back to their homes.
While President Biden is calling for peace, we have watched the fighting intensify along the border, and each new volley of rockets, missiles, and drones only adding to concerns about a wider war. Gio.
Yeah, concerns indeed. All right, Marcus, thank you for your reporting there. Now to the severe weather this weekend from the plains through the Midwest. Up to 4 inches of rain possible in some areas. Brittany Bell from our New York station WABC is here with more. Good morning, Brittany.
And good morning to you, too. So it's been a really active week, especially across the mid-section of the country. I want to show you this amazing video of a lightning just striking that tree, almost blowing it apart. And we have more active weather on the way, stretching from the high plains all the way to the Midwest. I want to focus focus first on the New Mexico-Texas state line. This is where we have the highest threat for severe weather. They could have large hail, damaging wind, even a few tornadoes, and the potential for flooding. Moving north and east, damaging wind, flash flooding, and large hail also possible, spanning from Kansas City towards Wisconsin and from the New York state line all the way down towards Pennsylvania and Virginia. This is the start of multiple rounds of heavy rainfall. Rainfall totals stretching from Kansas City, St. Louis towards Columbus could range from 2 to 3 inches up to 3 to 4 inches as well on the higher end. We'll have more details about more rain on the way later in the week coming up. Janae?
All right, both Gio and I heading to Ohio this week, so we will be facing that rain, Brittany. Thank you. Also this morning, we're learning new details about the death of a Kentucky judge shot inside his chambers, and the suspect, the local sheriff. ABC's Faith Abube is here now. Faith, good morning to you. This is a wild story.
It really is, Janae. Good morning to you. It's an unthinkable crime that the small rural community is still trying to wrap its head around, but the state attorney general is promising a full investigation.
This morning, a Kentucky sheriff behind bars, facing first-degree murder charges, accused of shooting a prominent judge in his chambers after an argument.
Western County Courthouse, that shots fired.
Law enforcement responding to a 911 call about shots fired inside Letcher County Courthouse, southeast of Lexington, just before 3 p.m. Thursday.
We know that it was an argument between the two that led up, but what exactly transpired prior to the shots being fired, still things that we're trying to get answers to.
Inside, authorities finding 54-year-old District Judge Kevin Mullins dead from multiple gunshot wounds. Letcher County Sheriff Sean Mickey Steins taken into custody. The motive still under investigation. Steins and Mullins are no strangers to each other. The sheriff was a former bailiff in the judge's courtroom.
Mickey and Kevin were really close and good friends. I never saw any hostilities between them. This community sort of gets along with each other.
But just 3 days before the shooting, Steins was deposed in a federal lawsuit. A former inmate accusing him of failing to adequately train and supervise a former deputy who sexually abused her in 2021 in the judge's chamber. The former deputy was sentenced in a criminal case earlier this year after he pleaded guilty to the sex crimes. The civil complaint does not allege the judge was aware or did anything wrong. As the death investigation continues, Whitesburg Mayor Tiffany Kraft says this tight-knit community is in shock.
Nothing like this has ever happened before here. So this is just one of those things you're just waiting to wake up from the nightmare.
And Whit, a spokesperson for state police, tells me that the judge's chamber does have a camera and not only recorded video of the argument, but also the shooting as well. In the meantime, that sheriff is expected in court sometime next week. Whit.
Still so many questions about this case. Faith Abube, thank you. We move now to the Secret Service investigation, offering new details into the security lapses ahead of the July 13th assassination attempt on former President Trump. ABC's Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas has the latest.
This morning, a disturbing new internal report from the Secret Service about the Butler assassination attempt against former President Trump, revealing, quote, multiple operation and communication failures. The damning assessment also concluding, quote, a lack of diligence by agency personnel, a stunning admission.
There was complacency on the part of others that led to a breach of security protocols.
Among the most glaring failures, the Secret Service did not have proper coordination with local police. They never came up with a plan to secure that roof, which had a direct line of sight to where former President Trump was speaking.
So there was a lack of clarity that that roof should be secure, period, full stop.
There was a discussion about how the roof was going to be secured, and I think what it came back to is we should have challenged how that mechanism was being implemented, meaning we should have been more direct.
Another utter breakdown. Key Secret Service personnel could not hear radio traffic revealing the local police's search for a man acting suspiciously. And the Secret Service never heard it real time when the suspect was identified with a gun on that roof.
That vital piece of information was not relayed over the Secret Service radio network.
The Secret Service director is vowing employees involved in the Butler rally who failed to meet standards will be held accountable, noting that the agency has, quote, a robust table of penalties. Pierre Thomas, ABC News, Washington.
Pierre, thank you for that. Now to the NYPD releasing video of a police-involved shooting on a New York City subway platform amid questions about the use of force. The shooting has sparked both outrage and several protests this week, leading to dozens of arrests. ABC's Morgan Norwood joins us now with more on this. Morgan, good morning.
Good morning to you, Joe. Yes, growing outrage over the shooting, with demonstrators questioning why a simple stop for fare evasion turned into an all-out police shooting that injured 2 bystanders inside America's busiest transit system. This morning, we are seeing just how this incident unfolded, and we warn you, the body camera footage you're about to see is disturbing and may be hard to watch. This morning, newly released body camera video showing the moments leading up to that police shooting at a Brooklyn subway station that left 4 people injured. Just before 3 p.m. Sunday, surveillance camera showing 2 officers following a man who appeared to jump over the turnstile going into the station. A minute later, he leaves, seen carrying what appears to be a knife. He comes back 10 minutes later, cops following, quickly approaching him on the platform and ordering him to drop that knife.
Go drop the knife. Go drop the knife.
The suspect refuses, instead getting on the northbound L train with several passengers on board.
Don't touch it. Put it down. 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 Shoot. Put the knife down. Put the knife down.
Cops at one point deploying their taser. The suspect then charges towards one of the officers, then shots fired. The suspect, identified as Darrell Mickles, along with 2 bystanders, shot, one critically injured. Police say one of their own officers was also struck in the crossfire, shot by another officer. And Mickles is facing multiple charges, including attempted assault, criminal possession of a weapon, and menacing a police officer. Janae, he has pleaded not guilty.
Really disturbing video, Morgan. Thank you for that. The FAA is investigating a private jet that smashed through the window of a building at the main terminal of Teterboro Airport in New Jersey while taxiing. The incident happened Thursday night after the crew reported possible brake failure. The 5 people on board the flight from Miami are all said to be fine. The FAA is investigating what happened.
New York State is reporting its first case of a rare mosquito-borne virus in nearly a decade. The Department of Health saying Eastern equine encephalitis, known as Triple E, was detected in Ulster County. The infected person is now hospitalized. The New York State Health Commissioner warning that it's a serious and fatal mosquito-borne disease with no vaccine. The best way to prevent infection from disease is to protect yourself from mosquito bites, covering up, and using bug repellent.
Oh, so much with the mosquitoes. Got to protect yourself. All right, time now for another check of the weather. Brittany Bell is here. And Brittany, it looks like you've got some weather there in Scituate.
That's right. So I want to show you this video. Initially, you might think this is from a hurricane or a tropical system, but these are 10-foot waves, all due to a low-pressure system that is well offshore, just impacting New England for Scituate, Massachusetts. That low continues to bring in heavy rainfall as well as coastal threats. So we have a high surf advisory that spans from Portland all the way down towards Nantucket, even coastal flood alerts, including coastal Connecticut, New York City, Atlantic City, down towards Washington, D.C., even Virginia Beach. Up to 1 to 2 feet of inundation above ground is possible during the high tide cycle. Watching the tropics, we have a couple of spots to look at. 3 farther out in the Atlantic, they have a very low chance for development, but we're focused on this area of low pressure near the Yucatan Peninsula. We could see some formation later next week.
Now to the Dodgers, Shohei Ohtani in his record-setting year, becoming the first Major League Baseball player to rack up 50 home runs and 50 stolen bases in a single season. ABC's Zohreen Shah joins us live from LA this morning. Zohreen, good morning to you. I love this. The crowd was going crazy for him, but then he struck out.
They were so excited initially, Janae. That's right. Yeah, last night, Dodgers fans celebrating Shohei Ohtani in Los Angeles with a standing ovation after he became the only player in history to make it to the 50-50 club. They chanted MVP as he went up to bat. He struck out the first bat, his second at-bat singled, then hit a home run, stealing his 52nd base of the season. Just 2 nights ago, he became the first player in baseball history to hit 50 home runs and steal 50 bases in a single season. On top of that, he had one of the greatest games in baseball history Thursday night. Watch as these fans scramble to grab that history-making ball. But there's now some questions lingering over it. Do the MLB and Dodgers have any leverage to claim the 50th home run ball that one fan walked away with? That ball is potentially worth a lot of money. experts say legally, whoever catches it is now under obligation to give it back. The MLB considers a ball abandoned once it hits the stands. There's also 8 games left this season and a chance for Ohtani's 52-52 number to keep climbing, with fans hoping he'll make it to the 60-60 club. Guys.
All right. Hey, would you keep the ball? Would you return it? What do you
Yes. You keep it. You keep it.
That fan's going to say, Shohei the money, and then I'll give you the ball.
Oh, the dad joke. Get away.
How long were you sitting on that?
Really? He was plotting that the whole time.
I may have Googled it. Maybe not.
Zohreen, thank you for that. All right, coming up here on GMA, hey, there's a new Manning in town. Peyton and Eli's nephew, Arch, about to make his starting debut for Texas. Our preview of College Game Day just ahead here with ESPN's Desmond Howard.
And Christopher Reeve's legacy. Diane Sawyer sits down with the Superman star's kids as a new documentary is released about the beloved actor.
And more than just movies, with some highly anticipated releases still ahead this fall, we look at what theater chains are doing to get streamers off the couch and into those seats. Stick around. More dad jokes coming up.
Yup. Take these and access your full potential.
Your full potential. Welcome back to GMA on this Saturday morning. The first
Was that your audition?
Yes, it was. I was going to say, are you guys going to react?
You
or
didn't get the
fake
part.
laugh?
I hate to break it to you. You didn't get it.
The first animated Transformers movie in close to 4 decades, Transformers 1, hitting theaters this weekend. Hollywood banking on the star-studded cast featuring Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson, and Keegan-Michael Key to pack theaters. Coming up, Will Gans takes a look at the new ways to try to get you back into those movie seats. I thought you guys were going to leave me hanging and not say anything.
No, I thought you were going to carry on with your line. I was going to let you just finish the delivery, but it just sort of fizzled out at the end. Thank you, Janae, for that. Let's take a look at some of the other big stories that we're following on this Saturday morning. Happening right now, the battle for the White House just 45 days away. Former President Donald Trump campaigning in the battleground state of North Carolina today as a scandal encircles that state's Trump-endorsed Republican candidate for governor, Mark Robinson. Polls showing Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris neck and neck in the Tar Heel state. That as Vice President Harris gets ready to stump in Georgia with a focus on abortion rights.
Also right now, the Coast Guard rescuing 3 men off the coast of Honolulu from their sinking fishing boat after the vessel started taking on water. Helicopters assisted the men and brought them back to land. Thank goodness no injuries were reported.
Okay, you're going to want to look at this TV screen for this one. A zoo in China has admitted that its uber popular pandas are actually painted dogs.
You know, I was going to say, that looks like a dog to me.
The zoo coming under fire. That's why you got to look, saying
That's
that
hilarious.
there's a sign that states, we are called panda dogs. A pet dog that looks like a panda, dyed and dressed up by Chow Chow. We are gentle, smart, friendly, cute, and adorable.
Okay, they are cute, but that's just wrong.
Yeah.
That's just wrong.
Everybody's like, why isn't that panda eating bamboo?
Yeah.
It's getting treats all the time. Yeah. All right.
So cute.
Very, very cute.
Oh my God. I love
not
that
like
you
the
guys,
pandas you saw in
No,
China.
I saw the real pandas in China.
Are you sure?
But I love that you guys were really, you gave me the reaction that I was hoping for with that. You were shocked.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're adorable.
Very cute.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
we are going to go to sports. Yep, we got it. We're going to start this half hour with the big matchups for week 4 of college football season. ESPN Game Day's Desmond Howard joins us from Norman, Oklahoma. Janae, Norman, Oklahoma with the inside scoop. Desmond, good morning to you. All right, let's start here. The elite offense versus a defensive matchup, number 6 Tennessee and number 15 Oklahoma. What kind of challenge will the Vols bring to the Sooners, you think?
Well, good morning to you guys, too. And before I get started, I just got a couple of friends that want to say something to you. Boomer! 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 All right, let's go. So listen, Tennessee, they want to welcome Oklahoma to the conference, the SEC. So teach them the do's and don'ts, take your cleats off at the door and all that good stuff. But Tennessee's offense, high-powered offense. They score a lot of points. They don't like to hear that. But they're going to go up against a Brent Venables defense that's really stout up front. They have linebackers who flow left to right. And the most impressive thing about the Sooners defense, everybody, is that they're 8th in the FBS in takeaways. They have 8 takeaways on the season. So this is a stingy defense. They're going to come to play, hit Tennessee in the mouth, and see how they respond. ABC, 7:30 Eastern. Make sure you check out this game. Tennessee, Oklahoma.
Oh, my goodness. A lot of fun. You had them charged up, Desmond. Okay, we all know the last name Manning. Arch, though, is the nephew of Peyton and Eli. He's making his, they're going nuts. He's making his starting debut today for #1 Texas versus Louisiana Monroe. What are you most looking forward to seeing from Arch?
Well, the thing about this is everyone's trying to make it to like a Arch Manning and, Quinn Ewers battle because Quinn is a starter, but he's injured. But this is a perfect situation for Arch Manning. One, he gets to go through a week of preparation as the #1 quarterback, meaning he gets to practice with the #1 group. Tight ends, receivers, running backs, which is great for Sarkisian. He's going to go out there and play fantastic because Texas is one of the best teams in the country. Sarkisian does an outstanding job. And at the end of the day, guys, the Texas Joes are better than the Louisiana Monroe Joes. So he's not going to have a big problem today. This is going to be an excellent opportunity to show his team what he can do as the #1 quarterback.
And he already has 270,000 followers on the gram, so we're looking at that.
Well, they're screaming overrated.
They are. Oh,
they are. They're in the background. You can hear them. We'll see.
Thank you, Janae, for that.
They don't like Texas.
Thank you, Desmond. Always appreciate it, my friend. Appreciate it. And tune in to College Game Day starting at 9 a.m. Eastern on ESPN. And then it's a busy day in college football. NC State versus Clemson at noon, followed by UCLA at LSU, then Tennessee at Oklahoma. All of it right here on ABC.
Yeah, the fans letting us know what they really think.
Yes. That's what they think, not me. I was just don't shoot the messenger. All right, time now for a check of the weather. Brittany Bell. Man, that is gorgeous there.
Yes, just so nice. So fall starts tomorrow, but let's talk about some snow. This gorgeous video of snow covering Mammoth Mountain in Colorado. And there is more snow on the way heading into this afternoon. You can see that developing in the higher elevations. And this is where we have that winter weather advisory. 3 to 8 inches of snow is possible heading into this evening, lasting through early Sunday. Let's go from the snow to the heat. High temperatures today heating up into the 80s and the 90s across the large section of the country, even over 100 degrees in portions of Texas.
As the clock ticks down to Election Day, just 45 days away, can you believe it? Joining us now, our ABC multi-platform reporter, Jay O'Brien, and NPR White House correspondent and ABC News contributor, Asma Khalid. Welcome to you both. Good morning. Hey, Jay, we've got several issues happening at the same time in some key states. We've got that North Carolina scandal, the GOP candidate for governor there reportedly posting on adult websites. He's denied it. But then you also have Ohio's GOP governor condemning those Trump comments on Haitian immigrants. Could this hurt Republicans?
Well, Gio, in politics, you never want to be playing defense. You always want to be playing offense. And these are two stories that just in a matter of a week or so have caused Republicans to, A, have to play defense and even cause divisions among some Republicans. There are Republicans on the Mark Robinson story that said if that CNN report is true, those allegations against Robinson would be, quote unquote, damning. And then, of course, on the flip side, as you mentioned, Mike DeWine, that brewing kind of drip of Republicans coming out and saying that these allegations about Haitian immigrants eating pets in Springfield, Ohio, are also inappropriate. DeWine in that op-ed called out Trump and Vance directly, saying that he's saddened that they continue to perpetrate these false claims. Point being, they've caused division amongst Republicans. The Trump campaign is not really responding, not doing the traditional political thing of trying to course correct or respond to all of this. Instead, they're just pursuing forward and letting Trump, in a way, be Trump.
All right, Jay, thank you for that. Asma, I want to bring you in. Kamala Harris's big push on the campaign trail has really been focusing on reproductive rights. So talk to us about whether that's an important campaign strategy for her.
Well, I would say from her campaign standpoint, it is really central to their message, in major part because polls show that voters trust Harris more on issues of reproductive rights, abortion, than they trust Donald Trump. I was out with Harris the other night, Thursday night, when she sat down with Oprah Winfrey. And in the audience, there was the mother and sister of this young woman in Georgia who died recently because of complications from an abortion after that state's abortion ban. And there were women, I will tell you, in the audience audience wiping away tears. The Harris campaign believes that abortion is an issue where they can attract independent-leaning voters, Republican women, and the reason they think that is because in every state where abortion has been put directly to voters since Roe versus Wade was overturned, voters have chosen to expand abortion rights. So it's something you saw her lean into in Georgia yesterday. They've got this reproductive rights bus tour going around. It is an issue they believe is one of their most compelling.
So, Jay, let's go back to you and touch on the economy. Of course, another huge issue that had been leaning in Trump's favor in the polls recently, but Vice President Kamala Harris appears to be tightening the gap a little bit.
Absolutely. There was a new AP NORC poll out just yesterday that shows 43% of respondents said they trust Trump to handle the economy, 41% Harris. And while Trump's got just a few point edge, it's a statistical tie pretty much. That shows that Vice President Harris has shaken up this race on this issue since Joe Biden was at the top of the ticket. The ABC News Ipsos, we did a poll in May when Joe Biden was the Democratic nominee, and Trump beat Biden on the economy by 14 points. That is just another sign of how different this race is, and another sign of just, frankly, how close it will come down to.
Yeah, Jay, incredible to see how close it's coming as we get closer and closer to the election. All right, Asma, in his last few months in office, President Biden is really looking to cement his legacy. What's he focusing on right now?
Well, really, one aspect that a lame duck president can really focus on a lot, and that's what President Biden is seen these days as, is foreign policy. And you're going to see him do that over the next several days. He's in Wilmington, his hometown, today, inviting the leaders of Japan, Australia, and India for this partnership known as the Quad. It's really seen as an attempt to counterbalance China's influence in the region. Then President Biden will be at the UN General Assembly later this week, outlining his vision for the world, meeting with President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky. You know, really, I will say centrally, Biden is a man whose political career was based a lot on him being a foreign policy guy. The challenge for him is that there are multiple conflicts around the globe, Ukraine, obviously the war in the Middle East, that remain unresolved with no easy solution, and he's leaving office soon.
Asma, Khalid, and Jay O'Brien, thank you both so much for joining us this morning. Now on GMA, with the new efforts by theaters to get you back in those seats. I know what it takes you. It takes food and some snacks.
Yeah, and a matinee.
Right. It has companies thinking outside the box, and ABC's Will Gans has been looking into it. Good morning to you, Will. You just saw another movie.
I did. I saw Beetlejuice last night. The theater was packed, and that's what theater owners are hoping for going forward. As Nicole Kidman once said, we come to this place for magic. But theater owners are hoping that pretty soon we'll be saying, we come to this place for magic. And great sound systems, and better food, and bowling alleys, and pickleball?
Connor, we have to jump! You crazy, man! I ain't jumping!
If you've ever watched Rush Hour 2 and wished you could join in on those high-flying, zip-lining adventures, well, now you can. Maybe not on the big screen, but near it. Zip lines, ropes courses, and pickleball courts are set to come to movie theaters across the country as part of a $2.2 billion investment to bring back that movie theater. Oh, what was it, Nicole?
We come to this place for magic.
With box office totals down 13% year over year, theater owners need consumer spending habits at the movies to change.
Trying to make sure that families can stick around for longer while they're at the movies.
To really differentiate that when you go to the theater, you're going to see it and hear it in a different way than you would if you were just watching from your couch.
Exactly. On a bigger screen with really high quality sound is just an experience that you really can't replicate at home.
The 8 biggest theater chains in the United States announcing a plan to modernize and upgrade more than 21,000 screens over the next 3 years, all in an effort to get people off their couches at home and into the plush, upgraded theater setting.
Concession stands will be, modernized and upgraded, and then on into the auditorium where you'll have the best projection, the best sound, comfortable seats of all different types.
Plus upgraded dining options to avoid any Elaine Bennis-inspired popcorn problems.
Do you want butter? Is it real butter? It's better flavoring. Yeah, well, what is it made of? It's yellow.
Oh, yeah. Box office numbers could still bounce back with some major titles set to drop this fall and winter like Wicked, Moana 2, and Gladiator 2. But this $2.2 billion investment is moving ahead regardless. But will it affect the price of your movie ticket? I asked one of the experts, and she said, don't worry about any unforeseen hikes in your ticket price. That will just, this $2.2 billion.
It'll just remain extraordinarily high.
Yeah, exactly.
Still expensive. Great stuff. Love it, though, Will. And coming up in our second hour are the benefits of the Mind Diet.
Plus advice on how to train like a marathon runner.
And deals and steals. It's all coming up. Stay with us.
Good morning, America. It's our second hour. 45 days until the election. Donald Trump taking his message to North Carolina in the midst of a scandal involving the Republican candidate for governor. As Vice President Kamala Harris focuses on reproductive rights, we're on the campaign trail.
GMA Health Alert, a new study finds the Mind Diet could help reduce risk of memory loss and cognitive decline. What to know this morning.
And sentimental memories about superhero parents.
Hindsight is 20/20, but I wish that I had asked her to sing more. Because when I think about her, that's where I go.
A new documentary about Christopher and Dana Reeve, their journey after his devastating accident and her cancer diagnosis, their family's inspiring story.
It's marathon season. No matter your skill level, the exercise you need to know to build strength and avoid injury.
They're heating up the court. As the WNBA's playoffs kick off this weekend, we'll introduce you to New York Liberty's Timeless Torches, a dance troupe warming hearts of all ages. As we say, good morning, America.
It's Saturday morning. This is GMA.
Good morning, America. You wanted hot stuff? You got it, America. You got it.
Got it.
Fun fact.
We'll find it somewhere.
The Liberty's mascot, Ellie, is an elephant because, get this, when the Brooklyn Bridge was finished, they tested it by marching 21 elephants along with 17 camels.
Really?
Across the Brooklyn Bridge, yeah, Barnum.
Right.
I think it's a like Barnum and Bailey type.
That is really
but
cool.
Yes, that is what they did. Fun fact of the day.
All right, well, there you go. So can't wait to see more about Ellie. By the way, Danny New, he's our correspondent. It's going to be his first time on GMA, and that's how he's doing it, breaking it down.
Sorry, he's doing what?
What?
Do that again?
Oh, stop it. Okay, plus the new flu vaccine. That means no needles. That was just approved by the FDA.
We'll have more on that. First, though, we do want to get to the race for the White House. Just 45 days to go. Both Vice President Kamala Harris, former President Donald Trump, focusing on those critical swing states. Early voting is already underway in some parts of the country. Let's go back to ABC's Jay O'Brien, who's following it all. Jay, good morning.
Whit, good morning. Trump is campaigning in North Carolina today, and as he does that, there are swirling questions over whether a brewing scandal involving that battleground state's Republican candidate for governor could upend the race for the White House, too.
This morning, former President Donald Trump campaigning in the battleground state of North Carolina as a scandal encircles that state's Trump-endorsed Republican candidate for governor, Mark Robinson. Sources confirming to ABC News Robinson won't be in attendance for Trump's long-planned rally today in Wilmington. But as of this morning, the former president has not withdrawn his endorsement of the embattled candidate, who's denied he made a series of racist and inflammatory posts detailed in a recent CNN report, including one where he reportedly called himself a, quote, black Nazi.
The things that you will see in that story, those are not the words of Mark Robinson.
ABC News has not independently confirmed the reporting. CNN says Robinson made the comments between 2008 and 2012 on a pornographic website. The North Carolina Republican Party standing behind the lieutenant governor, but some fellow Republicans concerned.
What is being reported allegedly is very, very damning. If it is true, that's very unfortunate.
After the story broke, the Trump campaign releasing a statement without mentioning Robinson, saying President Trump's campaign is focused on winning the White House and that North Carolina is a vital part of that plan. With polls showing Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris neck and neck in the Tar Heel state, The Harris campaign quickly trying to tie Robinson to Trump in a new ad.
I've been with him a lot. I've gotten to know him, and he's outstanding.
Donald Trump and Mark Robinson. They're both wrong for North Carolina.
Harris, meanwhile, rallying overnight in 2 other critical states, Georgia and Wisconsin, focusing on reproductive rights.
And these hypocrites want to start talking about this is in the best interest of women and children? Well, where you been? Where you been when it comes to taking care of the women and children of America?
The election is just 45 days away now. 3 states have already started in-person early voting, and as of this weekend, 10 states have begun printing and mailing out at least some mail-in ballots, and that includes, guys, North Carolina. Gio.
All right, Jay O'Brien, we know you'll watch it all. Thank you so much, my friend. And now to the Middle East, with Israel killing a top Hezbollah military commander in Beirut, as the White House continues to press the case for diplomacy to avoid more escalation. ABC's Marcus Moore is in Lebanon this morning with more. Good morning again, Marcus.
Good morning again, Gio. Crews right now are sifting through the rubble of destroyed buildings in Dakhia. This is the Hezbollah stronghold in southern Beirut. The Lebanese Health Ministry says the strike killed 31 people, including 3 children, ages 4 to 10 years old. The airstrike also killing Ibrahim Akil, one of Hezbollah's top commanders. Akil was wanted by the U.S. for his role in the 1983 bombing of the American embassy and the Marine Corps barracks here in Beirut that killed more than 300 Americans. Now, Friday's airstrike littered the streets there with rubble and debris from the destroyed buildings. And earlier this week, the IDF launched attacks across Lebanon, detonating hundreds of pagers and handheld radios of suspected Hezbollah members, really striking fear across the country. And we have watched the fighting intensify along the border with both sides trading strikes. Air raid sirens sounding in northern Israel with more than 100 rockets fired from Lebanon. Now, President Biden is calling for peace as concerns right now are growing about a wider conflict. Janae.
And we know that you have certainly seen firsthand some of the devastation there, Marcus. So thank you so much for your reporting there. We turn now back here at home to the new option for anyone who doesn't like needles. The FDA giving the green light to an at-home flu vaccine that you'll be able to start getting next fall. ABC's Morgan Norwood joins us with the details, and this is a nasal spray. Sounds easy peasy.
Yeah, easy peasy. I'm the one that doesn't like needles, so this works. But yes, it's a nasal spray flu vaccine that you can do at home. So again, no needles, no doctor's offices. So if you or your kids aren't fans of getting shots, this is another option for you. The FDA approving FluMist. It's AstraZeneca's self-administered nasal spray for next year's flu season. Don't need me to tell you how bad the flu is. I mean, chances are you've had it. You know, the flu is responsible, according to the CDC, for as many as 41 million illnesses, 710,000 hospitalizations, and as many as 51,000 deaths. That's each year, and it's been happening over the past 13 years. Now, experts have urged everyone over 6 months old to get a flu shot each season. FluMist is currently approved for those aged 2 to 49, and you still need a prescription, and only folks 18 and up can administer the vaccine to themselves, guys.
That sounds like a great option.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No needles.
Exactly. Thank you. Appreciate it. Coming up here in our GMA Morning Menu, a new study shedding light on the success of the so-called mind diet when it comes to slowing cognitive decline. We'll have the latest on that.
Also ahead, Joshua Jackson makes a splash in the new trailer for his new show. The Record's Dr. Odyssey is already breaking.
Looks so good. And Tory Johnson is here with our September Savings Spectacular Home Edition. We'll be right back. You're watching GMA on a Saturday morning.
We're back now with our GMA cover story, the benefits of the mind diet. A new study finding it could help reduce the risk of memory problems later on in life. Nutritionist and dietitian Maya Feller is here with the details on this. Maya, good morning to you. It's always great to see you. We were all into this in the commercial break, trying to understand more. Tell us about the study.
Okay, so this study found that participants who followed the MIND diet, specifically women, actually had a decreased risk of cognitive decline. Wow. Now, it might be beneficial for certain men. However, we didn't see that in all men within this particular study.
We can be a little hard-headed when it comes to these.
You know.
Our mind isn't as great as
That's right. That's what it is.
Yeah. It all makes sense. So can you break down for us what the MIND diet is? You said it's like the Mediterranean diet, with something else we hadn't heard of.
Right, the DASH diet. So it's Mediterranean mixed with DASH diet. So DASH is dietary approaches to stop hypertension. And the idea is that you focus on whole grains, leafy greens, beans, nuts, seeds, not a lot of red meat, not a lot of wine, and that you really have this anti-inflammatory pattern of eating that supports the brain and boosts cognition.
Okay, so if you want to follow this diet, what specifically should we be eating?
So the first thing that I say to people is you want what is accessible and affordable. Ideally, foods in their whole minimally processed form without the added sugars, fats, and salts. Lots of fruits and vegetables, whole grains, leafy greens, lean proteins, seafood. So these are the things, herbs and spices. I mean, I'd be so interested to know what shows up in each of your homes and on your plates.
No, you don't want to know.
I could proudly show you.
Yeah.
And we could mindify it, you know what I mean? So the idea is to follow this pattern of eating the majority of the time because it does support cognition.
Mindify it.
Mindify it.
Yeah.
You know, I just made that up.
I like it. Gio's plates look like the graphic we just put up. Just little bowls of seeds and whole foods. Maya, thank you as always. We appreciate it. Let's head over to Brittany Bell from our New York station WABC for a check of the weather. Brittany, good morning.
And good morning to you, too. Also, good morning in Kansas City, where things have been pretty gloomy and wet so far. There is more rain on the way as you head into this afternoon. More of the same for a large part of the country. Let's start with the New Mexico and Texas state line. This is where you have the highest threat for severe weather today. Large hail, damaging winds, and tornadoes, all possible. Even similar conditions stretching from Kansas all the way to Wisconsin, even from western New York down towards Virginia. Damaging winds, flash flooding, and some hail is possible as well. Multiple rounds of rain on the way through Wednesday with rain up to 3 to 4 inches.
Time to get poppy now. Pop news with
Poppy?
What's going on? No, Poppy. P-O-P-P-Y.
P-A-P-I.
There you go.
All right, now, normally pop news is for everybody, but this morning we're dedicating it to one group in particular. Right, Cher?
This is a song for the lonely. Can you hear me tonight?
Oh, it's a pop news for the lonely. That's the 2024 remastered version of the critically acclaimed dance pop song For the Lonely from Cher's brand new compilation album, Forever Fan. It dropped this weekend. Get this, guys, 40 tracks spanning 2 hours and 30 minutes of sheer Cher showmanship.
Okay.
And now the 78-year-old is gearing up to headline the Victoria's Secret fashion show being held for the first time in 6 years. The brand posting on Instagram that Cher, quote, the mother of fashion, will headline the show's first ever all-woman lineup, including Tyla and K-pop superstar Lisa. That's happening on October 15th.
So all of the songs are remastered?
Everything's remastered. And you're getting stuff from Mamma Mia. You're getting stuff going all the way back to the 60s. It's just...
Fun fact, I worked at a Cher concert one time years ago.
As
I worked for Raise, handing out stickers.
Backup dancer.
Yeah. I did not go as Cher. I did not.
You could have,
but
for
I
the
handed out
record.
a lot of stickers.
You could. I want more on that story later. All right. Now to Baz Luhrmann's next big project. The Moulin Rouge director, who most recently racked up 8 Oscar nominations for the Elvis biopic, is officially working on a new movie about Joan of Arc. The heroine of the 100 Years' War is really having a moment right now after Chapel Roan's Joan of Arc-themed performance at the VMAs last week. And while Baz Luhrmann just sent out the casting call this week for the movie's young female lead, get this, not even 15 days ago, Jenna Ortega said that playing Joan of Arc is her dream role. She said that while promoting the new Beetlejuice movie. And take a look at a side-by-side of Jenna and Joan.
Wow.
They look alike, eerie, right?
It's amazing. Okay. Jenna is working.
Yes, she is booked and busy, people. All right, finally, I love this. It's a fall footwear update for any fashionistas looking to step up their game this season. Emphasis on step. I present to you the Alexander McQueen Hoof boot. The black pair comes with a single silk ponytail. Meanwhile, the brown ones are covered in calf hair. Discourse is split online with some TikTokers calling them the Shrek boots, thanks to their resemblance to his sidekick Donkey. The boots, well, they start at $2,800. Most sizes currently sold out. So what do you guys think? Yay or nay?
Will you be wearing that?
Absolutely not. And I'm sorry, I'm still dying over you saying that you would Cher at a Cher
That I went dressed as Cher? Yeah.
Like, it was so good. Will, pop news was so good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For all the pop, all the shade that we needed this morning. Also, all the fashion, because they want me to strut on over here.
Yes, with the strut.
I'm going to walk over because it is time for Deals and Steals with Miss Tory Johnson. And Tory, I took a look at all these things earlier. You got goodies.
I know, but I'm sorry.
Today.
I cannot top Cher right now.
Right, I know.
So sorry
The
about
Cher
that.
impersonation.
Exactly. But we are starting with a very good one. This is mahogany, and it's all about upgrading your tablescape.
Just in time for fall.
Just in time for fall. And it just makes, mealtime a little more fun, adds a little more oomph to your table when you've got really pretty placemats, tablecloths, or your aprons and your mitts in the kitchen. We've got a lovely selection. Every single thing's machine washable for easy cleaning, and it's all 50% off, starting at $7.
Oh my gosh, this makes me want to look like I cook.
There you go. And look, it matches what you're wearing. You do look that way.
Okay,
Ellie
these are
Rose,
great
making their deals
accessories.
debut. These are all tech accessories, but make them chic. And one of the
Yes.
things that I love
Oh my
is that
gosh. So cute.
The thin profile of the chargers are really great. And then they make these awesome keychains that have all of the charging cords right there. So you might have a power bank, but you don't have a cord. This allows
Always something.
you, get both of them. We also have their great wristlets, their phone cases. These are crossbody bags to carry your phone, little phone stands. They've kind of thought of everything. Great tech accessories, all slash and half, starting at $6.50.
You always need it. Now you've got it.
All right, another fabulous one making its deals debut, BK Beauty. These are all makeup brushes that were started by a professional makeup artist who really preaches the importance of having the right brush and good brushes to put on your makeup. So you spend so much money on makeup, but you're not gonna get that flawless application unless you have the right tools to do it. So these are all very gentle on mature and sensitive skin, super soft, very, I would say, ultra luxurious, super soft, but 100% cruelty free as well. So there's a brush for every single thing. They also have just really great kits, so you don't have to do too much thinking on your own. All of these slashed in half, gonna up your makeup game, starting at $12.
All right, I'm taking some of these.
All right, so we're
Nail
sticking,
goodies.
Yes, we're sticking with the grooming over here. This is Blue Cross. They have been a leader in nail and cuticle care since 1933.
Oh my gosh.
So they really know their stuff. Cuticle oil right here. I like it just quite frankly because it updates a manicure instantly.
Yeah, we're
Makes
about
you
to
look
get
like
into
you
this.
got a fresh mani really fast, but it's also protecting and strengthening for nails as well. And then we have two of their really popular. This is the one, the cuticle remover, 45,000 positive reviews on this because it helps to quickly and easily remove all of the dead skin and cuticles that you don't want there. There's also a version enriched with lanolin that's great for fingers or toes. They've got you covered. Everything slash and half starts at $3.50.
And they've been doing this stuff for almost
For
a
a
century.
long time.
So they know what they're doing.
Okay, Azuna, another new one for us here at Deals. An easy way to have cleaner, better, odor-free air with plant-powered products.
Okay.
So we've got a big variety.
That was a mouthful, Tori.
That's
great.
That was, but it's good. Because I love clean, fresh air, and nobody likes stinky air.
Right.
And what's great about these is that you get these really great jars with the gel refill. So you're gonna fill the jar, close it, set it, and forget it for 30 to 90 days. It will do its thing for you. So it's absorbing the bad air, putting out the nice smelling air. We also have their car products as well, that great spray for keeping the car nice and deodorized. Smart products everyone needs.
And you just
odor
refill
over free.
some.
Yep. All slash and half starts at $9.50.
All right, good stuff.
And then finally, we're ending on some, I like to say, happy fun tea towels. So look at these from Wildwood Landing. These dishes are looking dirty at me again.
Oh, that's funny.
This one, I'd say, I would give this to you. We'll be best friends forever because you already know too much. And then they also have, they're getting us ready for, so they're fun but kind.
yes.
So very hilarious and kind. And then we have a bunch that are for the holidays. So Halloween, Thanksgiving, and then Christmas. For a lot of our viewers, you guys start shopping for holiday really early.
We've got organized viewers.
Yes, because you know what? It's budget friendly. When you start early, you don't then overspend at the last minute. So I've already got what you can give to you know who. Don't even say his name out loud. Yeah, for Christmas, because they've got personalized options too. A huge assortment of dish towels. These again, great for using in your own kitchen, but also hostess gifts. Just fun. And they start at $8.
This is beautiful. I'll give it to his wife because I would never give him a gift.
You wouldn't give him a gift? Got it.
Thank you so much,
Actually,
Tori.
you'd give him this. You'd give him this
Yes,
one.
exactly.
He knows too much.
And we have partnered with these companies on these great deals. You can get them at our website where you will find more bonus deals. Just scan the QR code.
Win the weekend, and this morning it's all about one dog who has found the trick of playing his favorite game.
Smart dog.
Yeah,
The
very
2-year-old golden retriever Remy lives with his parents in Georgia. And while his mom was running on the treadmill you see there, she found a hack to play fetch over and over.
That's a good move.
That is so cute. Okay, so the video has gone viral, obviously, on Instagram, racking up hundreds of thousands of views, proving Remy makes the best workout partner.
Mom could very easily trip.
I was just gonna say, yeah, you don't want to roll an ankle.
But that's what makes him so careful. Look how he's carefully, mindfully putting.
That's what makes us anxious.
Very,
right away,
very,
we're like,
very
oh,
mindful, very cutesy about it. Is
very
that right?
demure.
Very demure.
Very demure. Very cutesy.
You're gonna let your dog do that, little Nala?
No.
All right.
I bet she can figure it out eventually.
Winning the weekend.
We'll be back.
Hey, should we talk about what happened?
Did you want to talk about?
No, I was just
us?
wondering if you.
No, I totally.
Okay,
I don't have
then
to.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm great.
I'm good.
Great, I'm doing great. Yeah.
Great, yeah.
Well, back now on GMA, and the doctor is in. The trailer for Ryan Murphy's upcoming ABC drama, Dr. Odyssey, logging 77.8 million views in 48 hours, making it the most watched trailer for a new broadcast TV show ever. The show stars Don Johnson and Joshua Jackson, who us elder millennial mamas know as Pacey from Dawson's Creek.
Yep.
That's probably why I got all those views.
And Mighty Ducks.
And
Mighty Ducks.
Quack.
Quack.
Quack. Yep.
Yeah.
You know it. Yeah, that's gonna be a
Got
good
into
show.
that,
All right. And now to some of the top stories we're following here. The U.S. Army private who ran across the border from South Korea to North Korea last year, pleading guilty at a general court-martial hearing in Fort Bliss, Texas. Travis King pleaded guilty to 5 charges, including desertion. King was sentenced to 1 year of confinement, but because of the time he has already served, he is now free.
General Motors is recalling nearly 450,000 SUVs and pickups, including some recent models, due to a problem that may not warn drivers when brake fluid levels are too low. GM says it will take care of the problem and owners will be notified by mail. Letters are expected to go out by October 28th.
And 76ers center Joel Embiid signing a multi-year contract extension that will likely keep him in Philadelphia for the rest of his career. The 3-year deal is said to be worth close to $193 million. Embiid writing on Instagram, Philadelphia is home. You guys deserve a championship, and I think we're just getting started. We'll see. Quite a player, though, that's for sure.
Yeah, really.
Yep, a lot of money. All right, now to a new documentary about the life and legacy of Superman, Christopher Reeve. Diane Sawyer sat down with his children, including our own Will Reeve, to reflect on the extraordinary lives of their superhero parents.
For almost 10 years, Christopher Reeve embodied Superman. An actor so gifted, it's no surprise that in real life, there was nothing he couldn't do. He was an airplane pilot, an expert sailor, a diver, ice hockey, soccer. Almost 30 years ago, 42-year-old Christopher Reeve, a champion horseback rider, had an accident that was at once freakishly random and catastrophic. When he spoke of it with Barbara Walters, he was now paralyzed from the neck down and on a ventilator.
I had the great misfortune to get my hand stuck in the horse's bridle. So it's like going over with your hands tied, and that's why I landed straight on my head.
In the new documentary Superman, it is his wife Dana who will prepare their 2-year-old son Will and her 11 and 15-year-old stepchildren, Alexandra and Matthew, for the dad so radically changed.
She said, "It's gonna look really scary, but he's still there. Just talk to him. Ignore everything else. Just talk to him."
As far as I remember, my first words were just, I love you, we're here.
I think in an effort to make sure that I wasn't terrified of my dad permanently, my mom made sure that I was involved as was reasonable. And that included always being near him and touching him and helping.
Oh, good. That's great. Well, thanks.
Their injured father, their valiant mother, began teaching how a wounded family can still be a family.
I hear you all saying, don't let anyone tell you what family is.
Absolutely. No matter how scraggly the branches on the family tree might be, as long as it's rooted in love, it doesn't matter what your family looks like, as long as it's yours.
About a village gone to ruin by a girl called Abigail.
She was always singing, and I, being 10, 11 years old, be like, Mom, stop, it's so annoying, I'm trying to watch the show, or like, why are you always singing? Hindsight is 20/20, but I wish that I had asked her to sing more, because when I think about her, that's where I go. The moments where we're just the quiet moments of safety and happiness and normalcy and togetherness, like just we didn't even have to be in the same room, but I knew where she was. I missed that.
Wow, so powerful to see Will reflecting on his parents in that way, and those images of him just a boy as this family is going through this.
And it's we obviously know Will from here, but to see that side of him and learning more about his family, we were talking about it just breaks your heart and just makes you love Will even more.
But the legacy they left behind in all of those kids.
Absolutely. Yeah.
They are amazing human beings, and so it shows you the power that has of being an amazing parent.
And we can learn a lot more about that. Diane Sawyer, of course, our thanks to her for that story, and thanks to the Reeve family as well for sharing. Superman, the Christopher Reeve story, is in select theaters beginning today.
It is marathon season, and no matter what level of fitness you're at right now, we have tips to improve your performance and help prevent injuries. James McMillian is here. JoJo Kelly also here from the athletic training facility, Tone House. Welcome to you both.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's start off because JoJo is going to show us first how to warm up. So James, what's so crucial about this?
So it's crucial to warm up. You want to start how you want to finish, and that's injury-free. All right. So in your warm up, it gets your blood flowing and gets you prepared to stay loose. So the first movement we're going to do is a hip opener. Okay. So you're going to drive your knees to your chest, opening up those hips as if you're stepping over a hurdle, and then repeat that motion coming back. It's going to loosen up those abductors, that's the outside of your thigh, as well as your adductors, that's the inside. So your gluteus medius, minimus, and then your adductor longus.
Right. So we get an anatomy lesson here too.
Next up, we're going into some ankle rolls. So this is going to take a little bit of balance. Yes, you're going to roll to the right for 15 seconds, roll to the left for 15 seconds. This is going to help with the shock absorbing when you're impacting the floor on your run. So that is crucial so you avoid injuries on your shins, your hips, all the above, all right? So now the last thing is going to be the hip swings, okay? So now you may need a little bit of balance with this so you can grab a wall. You're just going to swing across the body just like this, opening up.
It feels good though, you feel that.
Yes, and this also loosens up the abductors and adductors as well.
Okay, and so JoJo, what about for strength training? What's good about that?
Perfect. So for running, you want to have the strong muscles that support running. So your glutes, your hamstrings, your quads. Running is a lot of impact, and so you want to make sure that your quads are nice and strong to absorb all that impact. So a few exercises that you can do. We have a body weight squat. So you can just clasp your hands together.
And people really underestimate this. A body weight squat is really good.
Absolutely, and it will get your quads burning. So you're just gonna sit down like you're sitting on a chair and then stand right back up and squeeze your glutes at the top. That's number one. You can do as many as you want of those. Then number two, we have a forward lunge. This is really good for absorbing impact in your quads. You can just switch off from side to side here. Yeah, perfect, just like that. And the last one that you can do is a plank. So a forearm plank. Coach James will give us a little look there. There we go. So it's really important to have a strong core in running for injury prevention, but also for performance. The stronger and tighter your core is, the more you'll be able to power through your legs and create
create a lot of force through your legs.
And again, these don't even require weights, but they're so important. Okay, what about cooling down?
So cool down is important. You got to lower that heart rate, all right? You were moving a lot. You got to get right back to center and back to your base. So I would say we keep it simple. We have the bend over, all right? So you're going to fold, coming to your in range of motion, shooting your glutes back. This is going to loosen up those hamstrings a little bit, and then rise right back up. Repeat that motion. I will say tap 3 times to the right, tap 3 times to the left, loosen up. So now, we're just going to open up our chest a little bit, get our air flowing. So we're going to do side bend, loosen up. Yes, you've been running for a long period of time. You just want to loosen up those hips, loosen up your obliques.
Fantastic.
Yes.
James, thank you so much. JoJo, really appreciate you guys. As always, check them out at Tone House if you're here in New York City. Thank you both. And now let's go to Brittany Bell for another check of the weather. Hey, Britt.
Hey, Gio. So we are still near the peak of hurricane season, and we're watching a couple of spots in the tropics, 3 farther out in the Atlantic. All of those have a low chance of development, but I want to focus our attention on an area of low pressure that could form soon near the Yucatan Peninsula. That could become a tropical depression as that moves into the Gulf of Mexico. It's going to be slow to get going, but we're watching potential all along the Gulf Coast.
And now to the timeless torches. They are lighting up the court as the New York Liberty prepare for the WNBA playoffs. And Danny knew his very first time on Weekend GMA with us. He suited up to get the scoop on the dance troupe. Danny, welcome.
Yeah, well, Janae, when you're trying to fortify your home court advantage, step one is trying to get the crowd to be as loud as possible. And for the New York Liberty's first playoff game tomorrow, that job is made easy by the team's most experienced dance team, the Timeless Torches.
Twisting, banks it in! As the top-seeded New York Liberty prepare to host their first series of this year's WNBA playoffs.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Their secret weapon is also getting loose.
You know we're going all the way this year.
Their name is the Timeless Torches. And these performers, all over the age of 40, are in charge of electrifying the crowd with their earth-shattering moves.
This is the great, yes, oh yeah.
During a routine, you might see 87-year-old Shirley Kohler, who has professional experience in ballet and jazz.
Do your knees ever hurt? Your back?
Oh, we don't discuss that.
Okay.
Or you may get to witness Captain Margaret Hamilton, who was a founding member back in 2005.
When you're walking into a game, you're walking into dreams.
But even if you're walking in dressed for the part,
did somebody order some extra liberty?
Their routines, often led by mascot Ellie the Elephant, still do not come naturally. But hey, we still had a good time. And as the Torches continue to joyously and rhythmically defy what people may expect of folks who are a little more experienced, the team captain has a message for all the doubters.
Everything you can do, we can do better.
After now seeing my moves on camera, I would agree with Margaret there. Yeah, the Liberty's first playoff game, guys, that tips off tomorrow at 1 p.m. on ESPN. And then Caitlin Clark's first playoff game, that comes at 3 p.m. Fever taking on the Suns right here on ABC.
I was impressed with your moves.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Janae. Oh, she went for the no.
Okay.
At least with you.
All right. You guys are not going to gaslight me on national television about his dancing. Good try, though, Tim.
Thank you, that's all I ask.
Still coming up here on GMA, the Mediterranean diet made easy. We're whipping up some simple and delicious dishes the whole family will enjoy. That's coming up next.
And welcome back to GMA. We have chef, author, and blogger with millions of followers here. Suzy Karadsheh is joining us, and she's showing us recipes from her new cookbook, The Mediterranean Dish. Suzy, good morning. It's great to have you.
Good morning. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, we've got quite the spread here. And first, you're going to walk us through these Mediterranean dinner bowls. So tell us how we put these together.
Okay, so the Mediterranean Dish Simply Dinner is all about easy peasy dinners to make life
Janae's already going to work.
Joyful.
Whole bowl
So
for herself.
I picked for you today the Mediterranean grain bowl because bowls are so easy to put together.
Mhm.
We have a grain for you that has all the fiber, all the delicious, nutritious, whatever. And then we have chickpeas and veggies. So really you can set this up ahead of time by making your grains ahead and then preparing your veggies and tossing it all together with a delicious dressing. So we have here what is
That's
called...
what I was going to say. The dressing is so good.
Yeah, so this is called Lado Lemano. It's a Greek lemon dressing or sauce, and it goes on top anything, and it makes it more of a flavor party. So here we go. And it is...
It's delicious.
Flavor party is on.
And the flavor party that makes you feel like you're in the Mediterranean. This is amazing.
So prepare your grain ahead of time, and of course we have different options for a protein, and that makes it so nice and easy any night of the week.
So next we've got a pizza, but there's a special dough. Tell us about
Yes, so I use phyllo dough here, which is just basically paper thin sheets that you kind of layer, and then in the middle you put a little bit of feta cheese because we love feta. And then again, another great way to use up some veggies you may have on hand, and this comes together in like 15 minutes on a busy night. So I love this. My family loves the crispy dough, and it's also a lot lighter.
We heard crunching. Yeah, we heard that crunch.
Yep.
So it's a lot lighter for you. So
amazing.
What I love about this is it's also clean.
Yeah.
Right? It is clean. It feels like you're having a little cheat meal, but you're not.
Yeah, you're not.
But let's cheat with some dessert here.
Yes. And actually, you can feel very good about this dessert as well. This is a flourless chocolate cake with extra virgin olive oil. So it is actually only 6 ingredients and very little sugar, and then we top it off with this beautiful berry compote. I think you did it.
Nice.
You did a great job. So it's fudgy, but again, it's olive oil and really good semi-sweet chocolate. And
it is absolutely delicious.
And it feels light.
Yes.
Like airy.
Yes, absolutely.
So you can just have the whole thing. Why not?
Yeah, see? Gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Yep, Suzy's going in for the whole thing. Thank you so much, Suzy. This is fantastic.
Welcome.
We appreciate it.
Thank you. All right.
And you can get all these recipes on goodmorningamerica.com. And Suzy's cookbook comes out on Tuesday. Congratulations on that.
you.
Suzy, thank you again as we're eating all the food here this morning.
so happy.
We appreciate it. Don't forget, ABC News Live now has weekend programming, everybody.
It's Gio this morning, and thanks for starting your weekend with us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow morning. We'll do it again.
Bye.